Hi everyone, my name is Ruth Ann. I am a personal support worker and the owner of Forest City Homecare. I absolutely love this work. I'm incredibly passionate. Being a personal support worker allows me to contribute and care for my community in a way that also makes me feel so good about myself. Many of you guys are personal support worker students who have been studying your modules and passing your tests for months now, and soon you will be gearing up to head out there into a facility and get your hands-on training. It was just within the last year that I changed career completely and joined this field, so it wasn't that long ago that I was in the same place as you, where I was intimidated. Here are some do's and don'ts that are going to help you get the most out of your placement experience. Okay, stay tuned. Number one, be proactive. Don't walk into a facility and sit down and wait to be told what to do. And if no one tells you what to do, well, no one told us. Please do not bring that attitude to a facility. What you want to do is be liked by the staff. Why? Why do you want to be liked by the staff? Because they know so much hands-on training experience that you could benefit from. You will be a better personal support worker. You will do better as a student, and then you will have more likely of a chance to get a job. Keep in mind that where you're doing your placement, if you're interested, could be a potential employer for you. So you're not only a student, you're interviewing for the time that you're going to be there. All right, now these guys are tired. They have been in the thick of the pandemic with the most vulnerable population from day one, many of them. Many of them have had COVID themselves and gone on sick leave and come back. Many of them have lost their peers and staff. That means there's an enormous amount of work on their shoulders. They are tired and they are burning out. So if you go in there and you sit down and you're waiting to be told what to do, they just don't have the energy to take anyone under their wing who is not showing enthusiasm and proactiveness to be there. What you want to do is avoid sitting around doing nothing, waiting to be told what to do. Stand and show you're ready to go. You hear a call bell, don't wait for someone to tell you to go check. Go take a peek, see what the situation is, and go back and let someone know. If somebody's asking for something, don't just wait for regular staff to come by and handle it. Go see if you can talk to them, if you can help. If you're going to give them anything like food or beverage, you know to ask someone first if this is okay, if I can do this, but show that there's a willingness to get in there. It's time to give morning care. You've never done this in your life. What you've learned in the books is very limited now that you're standing here, isn't it? For the most part, they're going to say just observe for today. So while you're observing, see if you can maybe pick something up and put in the garbage, move a garbage can closer, maybe flick on a light before they ask you to, or close a blind or open a blind, or whatever is appropriate for the situation. Kind of start to get the rhythm of what they're doing and the flow of what they're doing, and in ways that are just low risk, start to help. Ask these questions when you can't come up with the answer. If you do this, the staff is going to notice that you're good people, you're a good worker. They're going to want to train you and teach you all their tricks. They're going to invest in you. They're going to make you part of their team and show you everything they know, because you're demonstrating to them that you're here to work and you can hack it. That will resonate with other personal support workers. Okay, and it'll help you get a job if that's what you want in that facility. Number two, eventually on placement, you might have several things assigned to you that are for you to do. They've taught you, you've practiced, and you might now have some assignments. Although you have your assignments, please don't exclusively take care of your people. Do, whenever possible, assist your teammates. Build a harmonious atmosphere for yourself. You're going to change your experience by having a great attitude. So go in there and let people know you're willing to help your colleagues. Let them know, let them see, build this relationship with your teammates. You have their back and they have yours. it's going to be reciprocated. That person's busy with a situation that took longer than expected, and her guys need something. Help them. Help your teammate. Help that resident. Pitch in. Show that you're a team player. Now, this is not going to change the industry, but it's going to change your personal experience when you show up to work. And the winner in the end, the patient, is getting the care that they deserve and that they're paying for in many cases. And that is what we're here for. Number 3, do dress appropriately. We want to look good. We want to look stylish. However, if this is how I showed up to work to give morning care, my hair would be in my face. And let me tell you, I was never a sweaty person prior to becoming a personal support worker. But when you're busting out morning care one after the next, after the next, after the next, as fast as you can, first thing in the morning, you work up a sweat. So even if you think you don't sweat, you might find out that you are a sweaty person when you become a personal support worker. You need all of this out of your way. Pull it all back, get it out of the way. Like this. Gone. Okay? Now, you still have a problem. All of this, when you're giving care, when you're changing a brief, when you're helping someone eat, if this is happening to you, and on top of it, you're sweating, you're gonna be doing stuff like this. Your hands might be dirty, and now you can't get this hair anyway. You're distracted, and you're risking this person's safety in a transfer because you're a little bit uncomfortable because of some hairs. If you're distracted, your posture might not be right. The way you're moving might not be right if you're flicking your hair this way. So don't put yourself in a position. Yes, we always talk about the resident and the patient and how to keep them safe, but keep yourself safe too, because you're not helping anyone if you get damaged. So this is what I do. And when that sweat starts to come down on your face and you want to get it out and it's in your eye, and this is a real thing, like I said, it's not safe for me, it's not safe for them. So just tie your hair back, put on a headband, and bam, you're ready to work. Nothing's getting in your way. Anyway, number 4, do resolve conflict. Conflict is going to happen in any avenue of life, in any industry. There's going to be misunderstandings. There's going to be tones that mean something for you that it doesn't mean for them. There will be confusion. My advice to you is to resolve it as quickly as possible. Set up these boundaries in your relationships. Now, it's hard to do. It's hard to just become a person who has healthy boundaries all of a sudden, but this is an industry where you're going to want to learn that. At the end of the day, there are some tasks we need to do to get things ready for the next team, like maybe collect hampers or collect garbage and bring it out. And sometimes if it's been an incredibly hectic day, you can explain to the next staff, hey, we couldn't do this. I'll understand that, hey, there's days like that, they couldn't get it done. So the other day, it was the end of the day, it was time to collect all this. And one person, even though like I felt like we could get it all done, they felt like that was that. They did what they had to do, and the next staff will take it on. So I ended up collecting all the garbage and all the hampers for everyone. Out of respect to the staff that would be taking over the next shift, and I brought it all down, and I still had to do my charting and all this stuff. And then I had forgot one thing. I had forgotten to fill the oxygen tanks. When I realized I forgot to fill the oxygen tanks, I did ask her to. I said, oh, can you do that? Can you go down and fill these? I didn't fill them. And she said, oh, it's okay. Well, they have one. Then, you know, some kind of diversion where she didn't really need to. In the end, I did nothing. I think I got someone else new to go fill up the tanks, and I got my charting done. But I went home kind of frustrated. This person didn't really reciprocate the team player attitude that I described in a previous point. So sometimes you do things to set up a certain type of atmosphere, but Not everyone is going to reciprocate that. And so in these cases, you're going to have to get really good at setting up some boundaries and finding your voice in this industry and saying, well, no, this needs to be done. It reflects poorly on us. And I did this for all of us. I'm asking that you do this for the team that comes in after. I didn't do that. I got someone else to fill the oxygen. So I'm giving you a personal example of the kind of things that would be in your favor to set some boundaries over, and it's something I'm still learning. I made up my mind that the next time something like this happens, I'm just gonna articulate myself without any emotions, without making them a bad guy, without making them seem lazy or losing face in any way, but just kind of get them on board the team and what needs to be done in order to have a great shift and end the shift well and set up the new shift coming in. Communicate quickly and effectively. Don't think, well, oh, it was like this today, maybe they're not really like that, maybe it'll be better next time. If it's someone you think you're going to keep seeing, try to communicate effectively. Don't let things slide is what I'm saying, because then you're always going to have to let them slide. In this case for me, in case you're curious, I don't think it's going to become a problem, but I could have handled that a little bit more assertively. If it's a struggle for you, well, the good news is you're going to have a lot of opportunities to overcome that one. Number 5, do report abuse if you observe it. We may not always want to report abuse because we feel like it can hurt our relationship with coworkers. You might feel like this is just a one-off. Why hurt someone's career? Why ruin their day? But at the end of the day, if you saw it, you are the person that is in a position to prevent this from happening again. And if it's happening, that you observed it, it's happened before, and it likely will happen again. There's so many reasons to let it go. 1, you gotta go on break. 2, you gotta leave at the end of the day. You gotta go pick up your kids. You got things to do. We all come from different walks of life and we have different experiences, and we might be a very caring, good-intentioned person. We get triggered. One time there was a resident who is known to be continent, but that may have been changing, and they peed on the floor in a common area. There was a personal support worker who reacted towards this person as, oh, so-and-so did this, and loud, that anyone around would hear, other residents would hear. They were made to feel kind of badly about what they did. And I was just a student at the time when I observed this, and I remember thinking, well, this should be something to talk to the charge nurse about maybe, or maybe a director, because maybe their care needs to be modified a little bit to accommodate some changes in their body. As a student, and I spent a lot of time thinking about this person and how it would affect their career if I went up and spoke to somebody about what I observed. And I thought it would have a negative impact on her career, on her mood, on her relationship with me, and maybe her friends would also take issue with me. It's cliquey. If you've heard that it's cliquey, it is. So people might be triggered by their life. Maybe this person, when they were a child, when they had an accident, maybe there were parental figures or guardians who spoke to them in this manner. And so now that this personal support worker is in a situation where a resident has made a mess, it's their go-to to react in this way. It's their programming, so to speak. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm just saying that that was my reason for not going forward and reporting anything. I felt like this person might be going through their own struggles, and I don't think that was the best decision. Conversation needed to be had to protect the residents and also to work with this employee to heal in this manner, to face these issues and heal in this manner, because it's not acceptable. We are failing the residents and the people we're here to help and the people we're here to protect if we're not doing that. Anyway, those are my 5 tips that I wanted to share with you. I hope that you have the most wonderful placement experience. Get out there, bring your A game. We're waiting for you, and see you on here soon.